Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 11, and he has autism. And we paint together, working on his fine motor skills. He helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings with a hand-over-hand method, and then I paint the rest. So tonight we shall see. I'm doing a bird. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a chicken rooster. Sometimes what I think I'm gonna do and what happens next are like two different things. So I'm going with chicken, but we'll see. Let's just say that. And so I'm doing kind of this base of what I'm going with, and then eventually I'll get to the rest of it here. I'm trying to do it a little bit different than I would normally do it, but that technically means nothing because I'm gonna end up probably doing it. I like to do crazy combs and these wild little lines, so I'm gonna attempt to not do that as much, but we'll see. By the end of this, I may go, you know what, I want that other way, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So my paint, my colors, my paints are being very thick tonight. So that's always interesting. Some people use like water with the acrylics. These are acrylic paints. Some use, different style paints or add different things. And so it just depends on the color as to if it's a thinner paint or the thicker paint, depending on the weather, and just the list goes on and on and on. So mine just happened to be going through winter, and that tends to change like every day, it seems, as to how they are going to be. So we're just gonna keep adding and adding, and I laugh because it's always interesting. It's a very interesting process to me how paint does what it does. I'm gonna have to try one of the other ones and see if it comes out a little thinner. Oh, this one's gonna be really thick, I bet. Oh, I don't have any hardly left of that one. I was trying to do like I do this is whites and like cream colors, and so I was trying to do a lot of just the solid kind of color to it, because I do a lot of colorful roosters, but I thought it would be fun to do the whites, the creams. And when I'm doing it, I'll use my brush here. there's like 5 different creams, and this is kind of a taupey tan and a darker tan, and then the white. And so the more that you add the colors, the shades, then when it's going on, like, you'll be able to see like the texture of the different colors going into, like, making it almost like it's the feathers. That's what they're called. But because this is having the thickest paint in the world, night, it's not even going anywhere, which is even funnier to me. So I may have to add water to it. That will be interesting. But I'm just going to keep going with what I'm doing here, and eventually we'll get there. Eventually. And it technically doesn't matter if it's all filled in, because, you know, this isn't a real rooster. Rooster. Chicken, rooster. I'm not sure. One of those. So, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. It's quite interesting to me how it's so thick tonight. And it's the creams. Of course, tonight is the night that I picked to do these whites and creams. My reds that I have over here are like mush. They're like all ready to go. But the white and creams are so thick. So we will just keep going. Do I sound whiny and complainy? And I'm blinging the paint everywhere as well. Because, you know, that's what I am. Okay, so now we'll come back to more of that in a minute. What I'm gonna do next here, I had my brush. Where did it go? I kind of do all of this a little bit backwards. I'm going to do like, I kind of do it very abstract anyways, so whatever the white and cream's doing, it'll get over its craziness, you see. Because, you know, we'll get there. Like I said, we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. And then, I come in. I have a feeling, like I told you, it's not gonna be the little tiny comb that I was supposed to be doing. I just get so excited about this. This one's actually kind of still calm, so it's okay. Well, it was calm. A lot of times I do a really thin brush and do like the wild stuff, but we're gonna just kind of let it go. Let it go. Now, let's see what's gonna happen here. I'm doing a different brush to kind of fill in some of this up here, and get that and then I am absolutely sure that I will be putting more and more and more of the red. So, okay, so now we got that. And I am gonna do it. I'm telling you, it's going to be wild. I got a little sidetracked, you have to understand. I was not. I really wasn't gonna do it. I was gonna keep it calm. But I get a little, like, I get excited about the comb. And then he has so much hair. So we just keep going. And then I, get him kind of sideways. I can't help it. I can't help it. One day, I'm gonna do a rooster that is like not the wild child. One day. But today is not the day. Okay, so now I had planned to do a little kind of, oops, that's not good. I was gonna do a little beak, and you all wonder why I constantly laugh when I'm doing these things, because I know myself, and when I start off and I tell you I have no way of knowing what this is gonna end up like, that's what I mean. It's never what I think. It just goes on its own little journey, you see. So we just keep going until it does what it's supposed to do. And we never know what that is, you see. We never know what that is until it's done. It's done, and then we can say, oh, that's what she was talking about when she said she had no clue. So Owen thoroughly enjoyed, oh, I hit that with my glasses, the camera. He thoroughly enjoyed his October, the whole thing with Halloween. And everybody can tell that he loved Halloween. He, loved the month of October. He loved his little Halloween. He loved just all the parts of Halloween, all the parts of everything that he did. And so here we are now, and it's November, and he is just kind of like, it's not Halloween. It's not the dress up. It's not the things. And that's hard, because this is the first year he's really understood about Halloween and what Halloween means, and that he gets to go places and do things and have fun. And so it's now kind of hard to say, nope, now we're done doing that. We're going to move on to something else. And now that it's Thanksgiving, and then he's going to be off from school, and that's going to throw his routine off. So I'm trying to find ways to kind of give him a, more of a experience with the Halloween, but in November, like a different type of experience. And so it is now, I keep talking to him about it's Thanksgiving, so in that we do a giving thanks. And if we're giving thanks for people and things, and whether it be animals or places that make us happy. And so that we want to truly be thankful for XYZ. And I want him to come up with people he wants to thank, explain kindness and grace and why we appreciate people. And I'm hoping that if we can kind of work on why we do things, why we're thankful. Like, he loves his therapy, he loves his school, he loves the bus. So I'm hoping that we can do activities and different things that will give him kind of that, it's obviously a different type of experience than Halloween, but I'm hoping that it will, kind of excite him and give him just a different type of thing, different type of event. So, that is what we are doing, and I'm hoping that will kind of create this momentum for him of, what November can be. We've got to work on this. We've got to have more obnoxiousness, I can tell you right now. And I'm still fighting with this, This is why we laugh, people. This is funny. This is the adventure. We just, it's funny. We just have to go and say, okay, this is what we do. I haven't painted my roosters in a while, and I can tell. This is actually a different style than I usually do. I usually do like the little bodies and things, or the face, way different, or no eyes, and lots of feathers. So, but it's okay. We are just going to keep adding lines and lines and feathers and more feathers. Whatever these are. His hair. His feathery hair. I'm telling you, it's just wild. We're just making him wild. We're making it wild. So now I am going to go back. There it is. I've got so many. I usually have like one brush when I do flowers, and now I have like 6 or something paintbrushes over here from all of this. And so we're just gonna make it wild child. I can't help it. I was gonna try to make him a little more, I don't even want to say realistic, because, that's not what I do, but, okay, now we're just getting just crazy, wild and crazy. wild and crazy. It doesn't look like, it looks like an egg. Is this the chicken or the egg? That's the question. That is the question. Okay, we found the name of the rooster. Is this the chicken or the egg? That's what we're gonna call it. We have officially found the name. So there you go. I think that's about, it's a wild thing. It doesn't even have a neck. Oh, I have a hair or something. Yep, see, it fell off. It doesn't have a neck. It's kind of, is it a chicken or is it the egg? Anyone? There you go. That's what we're gonna do. Chicken or egg, because it really doesn't have a neck. It does, and there's no neck chicken egg something. Okay, so we're gonna do O for Owen, and then L, and I don't even have the other two. And B. There we go. It's the chicken or the egg. That's the true question. This is a true question, folks. It's the true question. That's the true question. If his head was a little bit more dented in, but I'm telling you, chicken or the egg? Is this the chicken or the egg? There we go. We can all laugh. Okie dokie. All right, I'm done. Making him. Oh, you know what we could do? Here we go. See, if we do some of that, then you can't tell that his head's. Yes, you can, but it's okay. Seriously, he has gone rogue or mad or something. I don't know. I think I'm making it a little bit crazier. Okay. I don't know. We're just gonna let it be. Is it the chicken or the egg? We're gonna stick with that. We are going to stick with that. That's what we're sticking with. I can't stop doing the lines. Now it looks like I don't know. I've done so many roosters, and then when I do something like this, I've made so many trolls out of so many roosters, because I get to the point where I'm like, wait a minute, that does not look like a rooster, but we're gonna leave it. He's gonna be fine. Chicken, rooster, egg, I'm not sure. So thank you for watching and being a part of our chicken rooster egg day. Thank you, and have a great rest of your day.